KHTS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. And good morning to you. Thanks for being with us here today. Our conversation with our folks from the Indiana County Historical and Genealogical Society, brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. And what a group we have here. Hazel Johnston got in touch with me a week or so ago. And Hazel, you brought some other folks with you this morning, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right. So Jonathan, we know, Jonathan Bogert. And who else have you brought with you today?
My name is Mary Yanity,
Mary.
President of the Board of Directors
All
of the
right.
Society.
Mary, I think we've talked before, haven't
I do
we?
believe we have.
Yeah,
yes.
I thought so. That's my feeble brain didn't remember that. So we're having a night at the museum, huh?
Right.
Yep,
right.
the night, Friday, August 13th, 6:30 to 8:30. The exhibits are essentially coming to life. We have 25 historic figures that are going to be portrayed, so ranging from, before this area was settled all the way up until, probably the 1960s or so. So it's going to be a huge spread of historic figures, and they're all people that lived, worked, breathed in here in Indiana County. So it's, very local in the sense of the history that we're portraying.
I know you love this.
Yes, it's fantastic, and it's taking up the whole ground. So we're pretty much going from statue to statue. So the rest on arm statue up at the point is where it begins, and it goes all the way down to the Doughboy statue that Alex Stewart put up way back in the day to honor the World War I veterans. So it's pretty much spanning that whole area, and it's going to be a fun event for families to come to, and it's free, and that's the best part is it's free.
Yeah.
Folks can access all this information and characters for free.
Yeah. For folks who don't know, and I assume that there are some, where exactly is the museum?
So we are at the point. A lot of people drive by it on a regular basis, but probably just say, oh, there's that statue, there's that old house. But we're right there at the intersection of 6th Street and Wayne Avenue.
All right. It's very easy to find.
Yes.
Very easy to find, and very distinguishable. It's a distinctive site, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Hazel, let's talk with you a little bit. You've been in the Historical and Genealogical Society since it started, huh?
Not quite, but I am a lifetime member. But thank you. I'm on the program committee with Elaine Motti. And so many months ago, we started talking about how could we do something like that. So we thought, Friday the 13th sounds like a good date. Sounds like a scary date. But this is not scary. This is educational, entertaining from 6:30 to 8:30. So bring the whole family. So we started doing research. We took a walking tour through our museum to kind of see what we already had, that we kind of connect a person to some of the props and things we had there. So that's how we got connected. And then we started with the research. And then some people wanted their scripts written, so I volunteered. So I typed up some of the scripts for people who wanted them. And I'm working on my own. I won't tell you who I am, but I will tell you I'm the daughter-in-law of Governor John Fisher.
Ooh,
So you have to come see who that is.
Look at you. I imagine that as you're doing this research and re-meeting all of these people, that there are some that were right there on the list, and then somebody else came up and somebody else, and some people got kicked off.
That does happen, but maybe next year.
Maybe they'll show up.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we hope that they get the chance someday. But that points out that you really would like to make this something that is more than just a one-time event.
We would like to, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So the preparations have gone on. You've been watching movies. You've been
yes.
doing all kinds. What are some of the methods of research that you've used?
Newspaper articles, books, surveys, booklets. I went to Cogswell Library, and Lori, the librarian, was very helpful for me to get some research done. We've inquired different people we know that somebody knew somebody. Then we bumped into people related to somebody. So, that was my aunt so-and-so. Okay, we need more information. And I even called girls in Oregon to check about their dad, who was a doctor in the area. And they were just so happy to get that. So it was a lot of connections with research.
Yeah. Now you have a new museum chairperson who is a big part of this as well.
Yes, Museum Corey Woods is our new person, and she's really changed some things around, added some new exhibits and things. So it's if you haven't been to the museum or the Clark House for a while, please come. And several ladies did help do a lot of cleaning and dusting. I think I did more dusting and cleaning with Mary at the Clark House than I do at my own house. But it was a fun job to do, and we got it done. And so everything looks really nice. So I think you need to come.
Well, we have that popular image of dusty old museums, but this one doesn't have to be dusty because
no.
you've been...
And we're working again tomorrow night, aren't we, to clean?
Yes, tomorrow's a cleaning night.
The president of the Historical and Genealogical Society of Indiana County is Mary Yanity. And I'm assuming that for you, Mary, this is a big moment because
Oh, it is.
finally
It
get to see
is.
people again, for
Right.
one thing.
We are so glad that we can invite the public and members back to the society after, a year and a couple months of shutdown.
Yeah.
And people have not been able to go through and see the new displays, as Hazel mentioned, and do genealogical research, which is a big part of what we have. But it is now, like I say, great to have people coming in. And I think, for the most part, they will all enjoy this program or this evening we are having.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it does, and it will be
Yeah. And it's coming up next Friday, the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
And everybody's invited. And for those who have mobility issues, you've got that handled too.
We do. We have ramps that people can come in, and anyone has access to both of our buildings on our campus, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
And yes, we're welcoming everyone.
Yeah. I need to tell folks what's going on because they can hear the sirens as vehicles move past us. All we're saying right now is a physical rescue 286 in White Township. Indiana firefighters, as you can hear, dispatched, and the truck's going by the station. Josh is on top of it back there in the newsroom. Mary, for you and your association with the society for all of these years, as it has evolved and as you have been a part of this whole process, it's pretty gratifying that the society is able to keep going, keep the museum operating, and keep it fresh.
It is. It's very gratifying because years ago in 1938, when the society was founded, it was a time that TV wasn't around, maybe some radio, but people were interested in getting out and associating with other people for their fun. With the advent of television and all the entertainment possibilities we have now, sometimes people wonder why they have to come to why they would go to a historical museum such as ours. But after all, it is our history, and this evening with these two people especially who are working hard, it is a chance to let people know what happened here, how people earned their living here, what some of the magnificent people, the things that they did from the county have happened. So it's just, it's something that we hope people will come, get a history, get an idea of the history of our county,
Yeah.
and enjoy coming back occasionally.
Yeah, I think what's interesting to me about it is you mentioned the 1930s. People who were supporters of the museum back then, people who as young children visited the museum or any of the Historical and Genealogical Society events. Now they're the people that are part of the displays.
That's
And maybe we'll be meeting them next Friday night.
You might, and it should be a good thrill for you, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Jonathan, by the way, Jonathan's birthday is today. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Todd.
I don't know in what character you're having a birthday today, if you're 160 or how old you happen to be today. But for you as the executive director of the society, this has to be pretty gratifying, too, for you to find this many people who are so interested in this.
Yes. Well, interestingly enough, I'd say we tapped all of our resources on this one. We actually have our regular volunteer base. And for this instance, we reached above and beyond, way beyond, to get every single space, every single job slot filled to make sure that this night is a success, so that people are at information booths to tell people where they can go, so that we have enough characters. That was the big one, enough historic figures. And so it's been a real big team effort on that part. So it's been, like I said, I think we have 50 or so people involved in this event. So
Wow.
yeah, 25 actors, and then probably close to that in folks that are,
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes. So it's really a team effort.
What a night
And
this
that
is
should be
gonna
emphasized. It's a group effort. It's not really. We have a couple people chairing it and getting the event sort of steering it, but we have people involved that are really filling out and giving it its life. So.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just going to be a fantastic night, and everybody is invited. Hazel, let's finish with you. You can, as we run out of time here this morning, give us the particulars, the wheres and the whens. and
Okay, Friday the 13th, 6:30 to 8:30. Bring the whole family. No long speeches from the actors. They're going to give you short little tidbits of things going on and talk to you like they're back in the present day visiting for a while. So it's nothing scary. So the whole family would definitely enjoy this, and just some cute stories from them and their adventures and what they did while they were living here, and quite a variety. And there's a map, so you can pick and choose where you want to go first, and kind of scatter between the museum, the Clark House, and Memorial Park. We'll have some actors in there too.
Wow. Wow. A great night. And again, it is
Friday the 13th.
at
At the museum in Clark House, or at the Historical and Genealogical Society of Indiana County,
Mm-hmm.
and from 6:30 to 8:30, come on over.
and it's free. And handicap parking is available too
Handicap parking at the museum,
at the museum.
and more parking, Jonathan.
Yes, and more parking, additional parking at Greystone. We've been working with them to have additional parking because we anticipate a reasonable crowd.
All right. Beautiful. Thank you all for coming to visit with us today. We appreciate that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate this.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.